There you go. And so now you start to get movement, and it tells you, okay, it's figured it out. Okay, it's already got it. So produce some release. Now the whole thing is shaking, it's tremoring, it's again trying to move up the structure after it created a release. So we should probably see it cyclically do that. It will release this, start to come up the structure, integrating in a sense what it just released. Then it's going to go back again. It'll either go back to the same side or to the opposite side. And I see that pattern happen all the time. But see, it's going to be deeper now. Look at the stronger movement. There you go. So he just released something that was inhibiting the connection from the legs, hips, and upper body, basically. There we go. Very nice. There, now it's out his right shoulder. There we go. All right. See, this is like a cycle. It just recycled because we saw shoulder movement earlier, but it's bigger and stronger. So it tells me it's a progressive releasing that's going on. So it released a little bit, now it can go a little deeper, or release a little bit stronger. This is helping to loosen the tight compensation on his right side from the left hip operation. Because when I felt his back, it was tighter on the right side than left. So it's loosening that compensation. That's great. There we go. Now this is all a discharge, but it's really an integrative sort of experience where now a whole bunch of muscle groups are getting involved. They're all reconnecting again because they disconnected for the trauma of the surgery. Yeah.
You can almost see the femurs moving.
Exactly, exactly.
Yeah.
That's what was going on up here in a lesser degree. Now it's moved right down into the femur connection. Yeah. See how it goes deeper again? This is even stronger than before. But you can see mechanically, it's like accurate.
It is.
It's completely accurate how it's moving its structure. There. Now it's going to start connecting top and bottom, okay? Because once the pelvic girdle is adjusted, the shoulder girdle has to realign itself to be in sync with the pelvic girdle. But it has to use the spinal column for that. If this is disrupted, this will be disrupted. See how the pattern is now bigger? It was moving like this earlier, but now it's actually moving like this bigger. So in one sense, if you think of it as layered tension, it got rid of the first layer, and now this is the deeper layer, and it can move, or has to move, actually stronger. Wow, that's big right there. That's all chest cavity. Trying to open all of this up now too, because the rib cage is really tight on the spinal column. That's what I was feeling earlier. Yeah. Now see, there's both ways, pulling forward and extending, contraction and extension. So I know there's flexibility again here. See, so there's a quad rotation going on there. And look how strong. That's it. That's what's going to have to happen to help this area that he said was sort of dense. Okay, see what your quad is doing right now? Can you feel that?
Yeah.
Okay. So the quad is bending the knee up like this, and that's one of the interventions that I have people make artificially sometimes. I have them bend the knee and drop it.
Okay.
Bend the knee and drop it. And then it will end up doing this, see? Because it goes clear down to his foot. See, so also working with that left fascia pattern. Yeah. Now we've got rotation going on there, see? Different than it just pulling towards the midline. It's now rotating externally. So all of this is starting to loosen up in here. This, from my understanding, is purely discharge. It's just too much tension on the right side, which is the compensation side. Just like it's getting a chance to finally get rid of all that. Because this strengthened a little bit when it was working itself out. So now that one can relax a little bit. Look way down to his ankle and his feet. That tells you how strong the compensation is on the right side.
I know, it seems to connect all the way up to the shoulder blade and clavicle here.
Yeah. That would be the right fascia pattern. It's almost like it's synchronized swimming. I mean, it just, all the pieces are working in sync with one another, same movement. And there goes that nice diaphragm relaxation right there.
I felt that I had tremors in my body that were finding creative solutions to the tightness around the hip that had been operated, and were shaking free a lot of the other tensions that my body has accumulated through limping over 4 years. I felt the movement and the tremors work at different layers of muscle and layers of the motor cooperation between the muscles around the hip and around the back, and work to connect the bottom of my body to the top of my body again in a different way. I felt a really deep peace after the session, and when I was relaxing there, the nervous system was calm and my mind was empty and the body was very easy. When I was had this leg straight and this one bent, I felt like the tremor was like waves in an ocean that were kind of beating up against the side of a boat almost. You know, it was kind of working to get the musculature and the nervous system active on this side. It was helping like a generator almost to kind of throw energy at this side to kind of wake it up. And then when we switched the legs, then it was more that this side was an anchor or a mast keeping stable so that this one could kind of shake off the tension that it had accumulated over time. So it was working through like a holding pattern in a way, becoming more fluid again, but it was having to kind of really shake it out. So they played different roles in mirrored positions, but different roles.
Jason Shields has been actively working as a chiropractor since 1996. He has a black belt in Kung Fu and Brazilian Jiu Jitsu. He is a 3-time world champion in Brazilian Jiu Jitsu. He is a 7-time European champion in Jiu Jitsu. He is a certified TRE provider. If you want to know more about his TRE experience, you can contact him directly at integratedhuman.com.